Welcome to the Near Memo, a weekly conversation about search, social, and commerce. What happened, why it matters, and the implications for local.
So that's all good. So I have a prop for my item here today, which is the Amazon curated toy catalog, which was mailed out, a direct mail piece. Amazon is on the back, and it's also up here in the corner, and then there's a URL here, but it's really minimized. And inside the catalog is our toys of various brands. And there's also, for those that haven't seen it, let me find a page. There's also QR codes here that you can scan, which will take you to the relevant page on Amazon where you can buy the toys. So it's pretty interesting on multiple levels. And I didn't even realize, Mike, you brought it up earlier in the week, and I didn't even realize it was an Amazon catalog. We had received it, and I had recognized it, but it didn't enter my mind that this was from Amazon. And you wouldn't necessarily know that by looking through it. The Amazon logo doesn't really appear inside the catalog. So it looks just like a retailer's catalog that you might get at, holiday time. And it's quite interesting to me because of the fact that Amazon is putting this out, the idea that, as we just mentioned before we started, that this may be advertising for them. It's not clear, but maybe there's a paid placement aspect to this. And then also the online and offline component with the QR codes where you can scan the code and go directly to Amazon.
And the final interesting thing to me is that it's so heavily curated, which I can't find anything on Amazon. I mean, my shopping patterns are to go to someplace like the Wirecutter or Read Review and then go to Amazon to buy it. But I can never find stuff on Amazon when I'm looking for a new product category. So this is very heavily curated, well laid out, easy to see. Obviously, I've bought children's toys in the past for friends, but I'm not a prime candidate for it, but I got it anyways.
Well, and catalogs are enormously expensive to produce. I mean, right. You have to have it, they're costly for just the production of them, and then there's the mailing costs. So, I mean, imagine, millions of these going out, conceivably. So Amazon has spent a lot of money on this and minimized its brand, which is very interesting because one of the values of direct mail catalogs is the branding value that companies get out of it. Typically, people will get a catalog, go online and do shopping. They don't, nobody really buys on the phone anymore or whatever, sends the form in through the mail. So it's very curious on multiple levels. It's also sort of an offline presence in a certain way for Amazon. I mean, Amazon now has stores. I don't know. In the UK, they've got in the US. There's of course Whole Foods. Then there's Amazon Books. There's the 4-Star Store, and the Amazon Go stores, and then there was the discount retailing thing that they were talking about. It's what exists in the UK. I know Whole Foods exists. Does the Amazon Books exist?
Yes. So because I live in the middle of nowhere, I don't really know anything about retail experiences, but I've just seen that there is an Amazon shop in Bluewater, which is a massive shopping centre in the UK. But aside from that, I don't know much about Amazon apart from buying things online and then pretending I didn't buy them from Amazon.
Yeah.
You had a comment earlier, Claire, about the layout of the catalog. Would you share that?
I think that the front cover, what you were saying about the fact that Amazon, it's not really carrying any well-known Amazon branding. It looks very folksy, so it looks like it's trying to hit a particular niche. So I think that's quite interesting. I can't see it's not really carrying that type of illustration on the inside. It's a lot more traditional, isn't it? The inside of the catalogue. But you can imagine that if the QR codes are linking through to those product pages, and then how valuable that would be in terms of like related products in that particular niche. It seems like it's hitting, like you said, because I haven't seen the products in it, but in terms of curation, what type of products they look like: high quality, top end, educational, creative play.
A little bit of that. I mean, it's a lot of. So there's Barbie. There's a lot of sort of what I would call Harry Potter. There's both creative play and then kind of more traditional. Thomas the Tank Engine is in here. Some outdoor sports stuff, but it's Lego. It's sort of major toy brands. It looks like.
Well, I know that my child reads a toy catalogue at bedtime, and she'll go through. It's that thick. I don't know if I'm allowed to say the brand, but it's very popular with her. So I can imagine that it being quite a hit with kids.
Well, so that's interesting. I hadn't thought about that. Do you think that this is designed specifically to appeal to children?
Possibly. I mean, I know that she would enjoy looking at the stuff in there.
It's just I'm just really struck by the way in which Amazon. I mean, I hadn't even noticed this package on the back of the Fox, that has the little Amazon smiling logo. I hadn't even noticed that. It's just it's really striking that Amazon has chosen to play down its brand in this, and I just can't figure out why that would be. It's mysterious.
Well, to attract maybe secret shoppers like myself that wouldn't usually use Amazon. It's dumbing down the Amazon and looking at something else. I guess I don't know.
So it looks like we've lost the video on Claire, but we can still hear you. So let's.
Yeah, we're still recording to it. It's recording locally.
Okay,
so
great.
We'll have it.
Okay, terrific. All right. Well, it's most people have quite a favorable impression of Amazon, believe it or not. I mean, we may be profoundly ambivalent about the company, but the survey data shows that people are pretty positive about Amazon. So it's just a curious thing.
Thanks for joining David, Mike, and Greg. To stay on top of the latest developments in local, subscribe to our newsletter at nearmedia.co. We'll see you next week.